J.P. Morrell, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We have to start with the process, and an awful lot has been said about the process of choosing this new police chief. And talk to us about what you have perceived this process with IACP and everything to be, JP.
It's been a complete mess. From the onset, the public and the council together asked the mayor for a transparent process with public participation so we could find the next chief. Instead, the mayor entered into a unilateral contract with the IACP, who shares no information with the council, no information with the public, and they have a private search that they're supposed to give us at the end to say, this is the person we picked. You saw the second version, those interview processes in which the public and council were not involved. At the end of that process, other than the note that was put on the external committee, the public got a series of numbers on things like writing ability, analytical thought. These are useless numbers with no context. How does one's ability to write a novel apply to being the next chief?
The final 3 or 6 or wherever we are, one of the things that I have not seen is a plan from each of these people in terms of what they would do in terms of running the department. Have you seen any plan from anyone?
Well, you know what's interesting? Part of the application process was you had to submit a plan. And I've spoken to 2 individuals who were eliminated without an interview, and each of them had 50, 60, 70-page plans on how to fix the NOPD. There's been no evidence that those plans were read, and out of that final 6, they were all required to submit a plan as part of the application process. At this point, why not release their plans?
Your co-counsel at large, Elaine Moreno, has stated that she will not vote for whomever the mayor puts in front of you. Do you feel the same way?
From my perspective, first off, the IACP selection process is busted, and I'm completely disregarding it. Because they will not be transparent with the council or the public, I cannot rely upon their findings to make my pick for me. As chair of the Governmental Affairs Committee that's over the search and over the confirmation process, we will have whoever the mayor's candidate is come up and make their pitch. My position is I have to feel in my gut, based on the information provided to me, the next chief is going to change this department. And I will tell you, going into it, I don't feel comfortable that anyone that's been presented has really made that case yet. I'm not for a chief that is going to just continue the way things are going, unless they can show me, like you said, give me a comprehensive plan, a path as to where you're going to take us. So I'm not going to go as far as that. What I will say is, I'm not impressed with the candidates. I'm not impressed with their performance. They will have the ability in confirmation to impress not just the council, but the public that they're capable. What I will tell you definitively, I'm not afraid to vote no. And unless these candidates, whoever the final candidate may be, can convince me and the public they're the right person, I'm not afraid to say, at the end of the day, this isn't going to work out. You have to go back out again.
Starts with the chief, it ends with the chief. Council President J.P. Morrell.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.